I'm ecstatic. I'm closer to being in the 200s. I'm really proud of myself. Shut up. I'm at 49. I don't feel like I'm fighting for my life anymore.
Hi, my name is Jenny. I'm about to start a weight loss journey, and I wanted to open up and share why I'm going to be incorporating the medication semaglutide into this process. Now, the reason why I'm starting this journey is because I've truly just struggled with my weight my entire life. I've had many attempts before in the past where I've tried to get down to a healthy weight. Sadly though, at the end of the day, I just haven't been successful. So I'm really looking forward to this medication. I've heard great things about it. I've heard that it helps reduce your appetite and cuts down on cravings. Now, I'm a food girly. Food has been in my comfort zone for as long as I can remember, and I obviously don't have the best relationship for it. So if there's something that can help almost eliminate that food noise and help me focus more on developing better habits for longevity, that's a win in my book. Another thing about this medication is that it's supposed to help manage your blood sugar levels. I'm pre-diabetic, which is very scary to admit. And if I don't make changes soon, I could be experiencing some serious health concerns in the near future. Now, I haven't taken the medication yet. It's actually coming to me from Barrett Plastic Surgery in California. So it's coming straight to my doorstep, which love that for me. Now, there are some side effects to this medication that I might experience, or just kind of a general adjustment period, but I'm gonna be updating my progress as I go. Plus, I have a good support system, and I have Dr. Barrett should I have any questions, concerns, things like that. With all that being said, truly the overall feelings that I have is that I'm just really optimistic. I feel like just incorporating semaglutide already, I'm setting myself up for success, and I'm just excited to see where I'm gonna be in a week to a couple months to a year from now. Honestly, the sky feels like the limit, and I'm taking it step by step because my journey can really just go up from here. And hopefully in some areas, it'll go down.
I just got notified that my medication has arrived. Guys, it's here. It literally came to my doorstep. Love this. This packaging feels solid. There you go. Oh, wow. An instruction manual, which is really cool. And this is, from what I gather, the injections. Wow, this really just kind of outlines everything you need to know about making this process easy, especially if you're planning on doing the injections at home. If you're not able to go to California or go into the office, that would make a lot of sense why it needs to be so detailed. So love that. 4 syringes. I was told they are weekly injections, so you get a full month's worth at a time.
It is a new day. It's Sunday, actually, which is the day of the week that I've chosen to take this medication. And I've officially dubbed it Semaglutide Sundays to make it easier to remember. I'm just in the process of getting prepped for my very first dose, just really reading these step-by-step instructions carefully. Honestly, it seems pretty straightforward. I'm not super nervous. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little, because I've never issued any type of injections myself. But I mean, even my medication comes pre-dosed. I don't think I can mess this up. They've made it so easy. Let's get started and see how it turns out. Take off like a pen. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh, I don't even feel that. It stings like the tiniest amount. So I definitely didn't feel the needle at all. I will admit the medication kind of stung a little bit. Okay, final thoughts on having taken my very first injection with semaglutide. And I gotta say, I'm really happy because it was not that bad at all. On a pain scale of 1 to 10, easily a 2. It did sting a little bit as the medication was being injected, but I want to say I was more surprised than anything because I just wasn't expecting that. That's really it, but it wasn't painful. It didn't last a long time. I feel pretty good. So I'm just glad that I know what to expect next time. I'm not going to have any anxiety over it now that I've finally done it. Truly, this process has been super easy, very manageable, and I'm, I guess in a way I'm kind of looking forward to my next semaglutide Sundays. Bye-bye.
Okay.
While I'm on my hot girl walk this morning, I was listing things in my head that I'm like really looking forward to, that's really keeping me motivated along the way, because honestly the whys are really powerful to focus on, such as I'm just like really excited to like no longer fit in like my current clothing. I'm just really looking forward to like shopping for new ones. I'm also really looking forward to next summer and to all the activities that I've been missing out on because I either didn't have the energy or honestly the capability to do it. I'm also looking forward to going to an amusement park and not ever having to worry about whether I'm fitting in a ride or not. Leaving that anxiety at the door. Last one is that I'm really looking forward to being able to sit in an airplane seat and not having to use the seatbelt extension. Whew. You know, I've been on this walk for about 20 minutes and I feel like I haven't really complained in my head about it or like feeling like I want to give up and want to go home after like 10 minutes. So I think that's a small victory.
Hello, it is Sunday, which is Semaglutide Sunday for me. It is my second round with doing this medication at home. And honestly, I'm not nervous at all. Thanks to last week, I pretty much know what to expect. But I'm going to be doing it on the opposite side. Last time I did it on my left tummy. This time I'm doing it on the opposite side. I'm eternally grateful that it comes pre-dosed for me, so I don't have to do any thinking at all. Here we go. I don't know why I didn't feel any stinging that time around. I didn't feel the needle, nor did I feel the stinging. I did kind of do it a little more off to the side. That's very interesting. Okay, so yay. I was totally expecting it to sting, but I didn't feel anything this time around. So I'm very pleasantly surprised.
Hello, good morning. I'm about to weigh myself. It has been officially 2 weeks since my first semaglutide medication. I started off at about 311, 310, which is the highest weight I've ever been. Officially, when I started my weight loss journey, I started at about 320. But when I officially took my first dose, I was roughly 311, 310-ish. I have been kind of weighing myself periodically, but I'm trying really hard to kind of break up with the scale right now because I want to focus more on measurements rather, because the scale could be an indication of literally anything. And if I'm weighing myself every day, that also can be kind of detrimental to my mental health as I'm going. So I want to do this the right way. Let's see what the scale says today, 2 weeks later. Oh my gosh. I'm ecstatic. That means I have officially lost 7 pounds while being on semaglutide, and I'm closer to being in the 200s, which I never thought I'd be happy to say, but honestly, progress is progress, and this is a good morning, so I'm happy. Yay, 7 pounds. Okay, I am on day 2, week 2 of the medication, and I'm finally feeling some hunger at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So I'm craving some sushi, and I figured I'm going to try to make it within like my health goals. I have sushi nori, I have tuna, I have avocado. In theory, this should be good, but I'm also not a chef, so let's see how this goes. It is so not pretty, but it'll do. It hits the spot just enough. So after dinner, I decided that I was just gonna clean my kitchen just randomly. I just kind of looked around and I was like, you know what, this needs to be done. And so I did it. And I noticed that I had the energy to do it and I still have energy left over, which is incredible because normally at this time my back is hurting. I'm tired, I wanna go to bed, but I'm feeling pretty good and it's only like 8 o'clock at night. And the next challenge is that I have a whole pile of garbage that I need to take out. I live in an apartment complex. I don't have the luxury of just kind of walking 2 steps out my door to take it. I have to walk across kind of a long parking lot to put it into a dumpster. So that is my next challenge. Okay, that's my dumpster right behind me. Yes, I'm breathing a little heavy because I had 3 garbage bags to take out, but I do want to make note that I'm still talking. Literally at this point, just by taking out 1 garbage bag, I would be like, so I think I'm doing pretty good as far as energy levels. Okay, so fair to say taking out the garbage today was an absolute success. I'm really proud of myself. Not only did I successfully take out all of that and still had the energy left over to help my new neighbor who's moving in take in 4 boxes into the apartment. Spoiler alert, my neighbors are my best friends, actually. But the fact that I did that right after, like, I don't know, something that would normally make me absolutely obliterated energy-wise, feels pretty good. I did want to do like a quick little comparison to how my measurements were. I believe when I first did this, I was at a 54 waist, and this is like my first time doing it. Shut up. Shut up. I'm at 49. I was right here. Oh my gosh. That's a 5-inch difference. Huh. Okay, so I'm just getting ready for the day, just kind of doing my last finishing touches, and I wanted to do a little bit of an update. It's been officially 2 weeks since my initial injection, and I want to talk about the difference between the first dose and the second. First of all, complete night and day. I didn't feel anything during my initial injection, and so far I have felt way less hungry. I mean, I'm still on the lowest dose and I have felt what I would explain as like normal hunger, especially when it's like time to eat, but I don't feel like I'm fighting for my life anymore, which I'm happy to report that the food noise is also a lot quieter for sure. But I did have an intense moment actually sometime this week. There was a moment where I was like, honestly, I was craving something sweet so bad that I was fixating on it. Honestly, I'm thinking it's because I'm about to get a monthly visitor, if you know what I mean. And I just feel like in that moment, it was just really intense. But I just had a protein bar and it fixed it. So far, I have lost about 7 pounds. So my spirits are up. I truly feel like I have way more energy and a lot more mental clearness, if that's the proper phrase. I feel more alert, motivated for sure to kind of like get up and like do things. I felt like before starting this journey, I felt very lethargic and I wanted to just kind of stay in my bed all day and just like bed rot. I'm not gonna lie. And I know a lot of you feel that same way, but I would just kind of tell myself in those moments that like things need to change, but it never felt like I was in the right headspace to do that. But you know, the funny thing is that I still wasn't in the best headspace when I started. So that goes to show that you're never going to be ready until you actually make that first step. So I feel like a Kardashian said that at some point. So I'm so glad I did take that step because I am full of hope right now. I mean, I still have a long way to go for sure, but honestly, I feel like I'm just kind of waking up finally, if that's a corny way of saying it. Okay, so I discovered something today. I just took my 3rd dose and I'm alternating between sides of my tummy that I'm injecting. So it stung again when I did it on the left side, which it did the last time. And so I was curious, I was like, is this just like, is this a coincidence? I'm not sure. So I did some research and I think what has been happening is that I've been accidentally injecting it into a stretch mark. Now my stretch marks have faded pretty significantly. So I wasn't aware that this is what I was doing. However, stretch marks are essentially scars, and when you inject this medication into scar tissue, it can affect the absorption and its efficiency and effectiveness. I think that's why it stings, because it's just a little too tight as it's going through, and it's probably going to take a while for this dose to fully absorb. So that's just what I'm going to be expecting, but I'm going to know next time. Okay, so I'm having a little bit of an emotional morning and I'm trying to talk myself down a little bit. Today would mark the 4th day of a certain plateau that I'm on. Now, I accomplished something pretty great. I managed to get to 299 pounds, which is amazing because I haven't been under 300 pounds in a little over a year. So this is a huge accomplishment that definitely doesn't go without, celebration. However, I have been stuck at 299 for almost 5 days. Today is marked as the 4th. And I'm just trying to figure out, like if there's anything I need to do differently, although I have been pretty good at, making the right choices for me and, like dietary wise, right? I think I'm pretty solid. I also have to remember that there are other contributing factors to why the scale doesn't move. First of all, we definitely shouldn't be weighing ourselves every day, and I've been failing at that. Also, I'm expecting a certain visitor in a couple of days, possibly. So I know that can always be a contributing factor as well. So I have to remember that this is a journey, not a marathon. I haven't weighed other aspects of my body. I think the last time I measured my waist, I was about like 49 inches, like at the smallest part of my waist, because that makes me feel better. Hey, okay. And this is where I was. So I lost about 2 inches in a couple weeks. So progress is being made. I know that one day this plateau will break. Sometimes your body just goes through periods where it just needs, it's adjusting, it's trying to figure out what it's doing. So maybe my body just needs a break sometimes, and just like how I need a break sometimes. So okay, so it has officially been 1 month since I've been on semaglutide, and I figured I would do a 1 month check-in and see how much progress I've made so far. Let's see. Okay, $2.99. Wait, look. $2.98. $2.98.
I have officially been on semaglutide for a month, and I wanted to share my progress so far and things that I have learned along the way. Let's get to the first question. Of course, how much weight have I lost so far? And when I first started, I was about 310 pounds. And after 4 weeks, I am officially under 300, and I am now at 298, which is so cool. That means 12 pounds total in my first month. That's incredible. I also started at about 54 inches on the smallest part of my waist. So I decided that I'm going to take some measurements again and see where I am at 1 month completed. Guys. I am officially at 46 inches, which I started here, 54. That is almost 10 inches gone. And I am happy to say that it feels like it. My clothes were kind of getting a little tight before, but now they are starting to fit the way that they need to. So I'm just looking forward to the day where I am gonna buy new things. But this is very encouraging. I do feel like I've honestly kind of gotten the hang of it. The medication has officially kicked in. I am like cooking more. I'm learning more about like, you know, great recipes and just kind of how to stay on track without feeling like I'm depriving myself. Also, like surprising myself with how much energy I have every day. I'm usually such a couch potato. So I'm like, get up, let's go, let's get moving. And so that has been a big surprise. One other thing that I feel like has made such a difference, and that is taking some really good supplements along the way, especially with how this medication works. You're not eating as much, so I always want to make sure that I'm getting all my nutrients in. And the two that I really want to highlight are these. So I've been taking these magnesium supplements, which you can get from Barrett Plastic Surgery. Dr. Barrett actually like formulated this. It helps with muscle repair. It also is like an added level of like managing your blood sugar levels, but also because it helps with bowel movements. And if you know, you know, especially with these medications. So I've been taking these religiously for like every night. And then with these maximes, what's the benefit of these is that it helps break down your food a little bit better, and it allows your body to absorb the nutrients a little bit more effectively. So while I take the semaglutide and it's helping me like manage my food intake, I take these to help me on the back end and just to kind of help me along the way. So I feel like it's made a huge difference. I've kind of been taking them on week 2. I'm just really beyond impressed so far, especially with my results. I'm really excited for what next month is to come. And that has been my update, and I will see you later.